Flosstube. Welcome to Creative Whims Studio. We're back! I hope you guys had a great week. It was a very productive week for me and an exciting week because they are almost finished on the other side of the studio. The only thing that we lack now is electricity, but like Kevin said, we have to do the painting, and then we're going to move everything where we want it, and then we'll know where we need the electrical outlets run. So we're kind of him-hawing around waiting for that to be done. We can use, so here's the deal. We put a new window in. I got a new door and a new storm door, you guys, and I mean, I had tears of joy. I know that sounds stupid, but I've had the ugliest door. It was just a metal door that was on the building when we purchased this place in 2001, June of 2001. So 18 years I've had this hideous door, and it was starting to rust because it was never painted, and it was ugly. And I mean, it's my studio. I want it to be pretty. So that door, I have a new door and a storm door on it, and it's beautiful, and there's more light over there now, and it's just awesome. So I've got to paint all the trim on that, paint the trim around the baseboards, and then we're going to move everything where we want it, get the electrical run. So by Christmas, it will be fully functioning over there, and I'm stoked. Beyond stoked. And the roof is done. We have to get gutters put on yet, but it's moving right along, and I'm thrilled. So last Thursday, I had Easton and Ellery, this past Thursday, all by myself. I had both of those little tykes, and it was a blast. I enjoyed the heck out of it. They both slept and took a nice long nap at the same time. I really didn't expect that to happen, but it worked out so nice. Oh, it's so funny because I was wearing a shirt that had a sheep on it, and you've seen it before. I think it says got wool, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but anyway, it has a sheep on it. And she kept pointing to it and laughing. And so she'd point to it and I'd go, bah. And so she'd say, bah, bah. And so then later in the day, I started singing Ba Ba Black Sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. And then I couldn't remember how the rest of it went. So I asked Alexa, hey, Alexa, sing Ba Ba Black Sheep. And she did. Not Alexa, but like she found a song. And when it was done, okay, Ellery went up to Alexa and was just dancing and dancing and dancing. And then when the song was over, she's like, ba, ba. And so I'd play it again. So finally I put it on repeat, and it probably played like 10 times in a row. And she was just dancing and dancing and dancing to it. So when it would sing the song and there was a little pause before it started again, she'd go ba ba, and then it'd start playing again. So I think she thought she was making it play. It was the cutest thing on the planet. And little man, he's so cute and he's so good, and he smiles like constantly. It's awesome. I mean, he just, once he makes eye contact with you and you smile at him, he will smile back. It's just so precious. Yeah, so this morning, I'm going to insert a picture, but my friend Amy, she got this flyer from one of our local nurseries, and it was where they had different classes, so you can make a wreath, or you can make, I forget what ours was called, a potted arrangement, a porch pot, that's what it was called, a porch pot. There were all these different things that you could make, and we signed up for the porch pot, which I was so excited about because I purchased a porch pot from Wojo's, that nursery, last year for the Christmas season, and it was beautiful and I loved it, but I didn't know you could take a class and make your own. So we did that this morning. It was Amy and Renee and myself, and then both of her daughters were supposed to come, but Megan's little baby was sick, so she couldn't make it. And then Mary, and so Mary made Megan's for her, and they all turned out so different, and I'll insert pictures, but it was really cool. So check with your local nursery if you're interested in something like that and see if they offer any kind of classes. But the Wojo's in Davison was the one we were at, and then there's Wojo's in Goodrich, which is down the road, probably another 15 minutes south. And they offered the classes too, but you never know, in your area they might offer those. So check that out because it was so fun. And I need you guys to help me with something. I am on the quest for the perfect pillow. I don't know about you, but I'm really particular on my pillow. And I have not had a good pillow for years now. And I'm sick of buying pillows and hating them. The last one prior to the one I just bought like a week ago, I had was like a memory foam. And you know, you lay on it and it's kind of, well, you know what memory foam is. It just kind of imprints, well, it would imprint your head in it and just kind of wrap around your face. It was stupid. So then I always saw the commercials for My Pillow, and I just didn't want to order those for some reason. I don't know. I just wanted to feel it first. I think ordering a pillow off the internet just freaked me out. So at Penny's, they had the My Pillow. So I bought one. And I'm not crazy about it either. It has like chunks of foam in it or something, so it's kind of lumpy, which that part doesn't bother me. But the same thing happens. It moves and forms around your head. I don't know. I don't want a feather pillow. I know that. So if anyone has advice, I know this sounds stupid, but sleep for me is important. I mean, it's important for all of us, but I mean, like, I get excited about going to bed. I love a good night's sleep, and I just don't get a good night's sleep anymore. So I think part of it's my pillow. All right, shout out Java Girl Stitches. Her name is Christi. I'm telling you, I don't know why I haven't watched her videos. I'd like to start from the beginning and just kind of binge watch her stuff, because her finishes, they're very Priscilla-fied. Is that a word? But they're a lot like what Priscilla does, and I don't know if she got her ideas from Priscilla or whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter, but her bows are beautiful, and I like her color choices, and anyways, she's really good to watch. Announcements. So, I did find out from someone that, because a person emailed me, a customer emailed me, and she's asked me, she says, does your weaver's cloth come with your punch needle patterns? She said, because on some of your descriptions, it mentions the weaver's cloth, but on most of your patterns, it doesn't say it's included. And I didn't realize that. So I went in, and I'm still working on it because I have over like 130 punch needle patterns. And so I just told myself to do a page a day. There's 4 pages. And I did a page yesterday. I'm going to do a page today, a page tomorrow, and then Monday I should have them all updated, and it will show that it comes with weaver's cloth. So I was right, as I suspected, because people were ordering the same amount of weaver's cloth pieces as they were patterns, and so my bad, and I apologize to anyone that, you know, ordered from me and then ordered the fabric thinking it didn't come in the pattern. So my bad, I apologize. However, now you have that extra weaver's cloth, and you can, you know, punch one for your friend or whatever. I mean, you'll get good use out of it. But so, and I can't remember who emailed me and asked me that, or told me, you know, that about my description. So thank you for that. Oh yeah, so last Wednesday, Kristen of Shabby Perceptions, her and I did our first Whatcha Paintin Wednesdays. I want to get shirts made. I really do. I love that Whatcha Paintin Wednesdays. So we did it's on Facebook, and last week was on her Facebook page. So I'm going to have a link below that you can join her or like her page, because we're going to flip-flop. We were going to just paint every other week, but I think we're going to shoot for every week, because they're, you know, like the week before, or the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is out. We won't be doing that one because I'm going to be cooking and all that. And she probably will be too. But so basically every Wednesday, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, we will be going live on Facebook, either on her page or my page. So like her page and like my business page. See, I didn't even think of this, but when she asked me to join her on Wednesday night, she she did my personal page. So I have to remind her, I forgot to bring that up. But yeah, so it should be on my business page. And then when we're done with the live video, she'll post it on her page, and then I'll share it on my page. So you will be able to watch it on my page. But if you want to watch it live and interact with Kristen and I, you're going to have to figure out what week we're doing it where. But if you click our page and click the notifications, you'll be alerted when we go live, whether it's on my page or hers, as long as you like both of our pages. I hope that makes sense. So I really enjoyed it. We had some major technical difficulties, you guys. So it's supposed to be a split screen. So we did that, and then, I don't know, we were maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes into it, and her internet froze because she was frozen, I was still working. So then we canceled that one out and we started it again. But the second time she did it, she was holding her phone vertical. And once you go live, you can't change it. So you have to be holding it landscape when you go live in order to have the split screen. So the second time we did it, it was her, and then I was like in this little bubble, little square up in the corner. But we still had a good time, and it was really fun, you know, interacting with everybody. And there was a lot of people from like our high school days that joined us, and I think it was because it was on my personal page and not my business page, but we'll get it worked out. I have great faith in us that this coming Wednesday, it's gonna be great. So I hope you can join us, because it's really a lot of fun. All right, so I added my September releases finally to Etsy. I totally forgot about it, you guys. I mean, when I come out with a release, I give my shops plenty of time to sell before I start selling them in my Etsy shop. And then I got so busy I forgot, but somebody messaged me and she's like, actually I think it was a man, he's like, when are you gonna have your new patterns available on Etsy? So I did that last week. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I am going to do a punch needle speed video. Won't that be cool? I'm going to have a camera over top of me showing the side I'm working on. Then I'm also going to have my phone or whatever, another device underneath showing it as on the finished side as I'm punching. And then I'm going to marry the two together and speed it up so you can watch. Won't that be fun? I don't think anyone's ever done that. I have not seen it anyways, but I think it would be fun just to watch the whole piece come together. And obviously it's gonna be a smaller piece because those big pieces take me forever, and I have the coolest idea for punch needle to make Christmas ornaments. So I'm hoping to film that today. We'll see what happens. Okay guys, if you don't have a subscription to Punch Needle Primitive Stitchers magazine, you're missing out. You've got to get this magazine. So Deb Yoakum, she's the editor, and she does such an amazing job. And it's so fun for me to flip through here because I know so many of the designers in here. It's just fun. But I'm not gonna do the whole flip through because it's big. The Christmas winter issue is her biggest one every year. It's almost twice as big, I think, as the rest of the year. So it comes out 4 times a year: spring, summer, fall, and then the winter Christmas winter edition. And I just want to show you a couple things in here. I'm going to show you mine right here. Oh, I should actually go get it. Jeepers, Trees. Well, I'll show it to you in here. Oh, I don't want to show that because that's somebody's cross stitch. I don't want to ruin it. So that's my adorable contribution to this issue, and I love it so much. Oh, it's so cute. It's called Sadie and Sam Punch Needle. And I know someone's gonna say, are you gonna do that in cross stitch? I am going to do that in cross stitch because I love it so much. Can't tell you when though. Also, I am so honored and so blessed that the amazing Vanna Pfeiffer, she has an article in every one of these magazines now showing a finish. Well, as y'all know, I showed on my Flosstube before, I sent this to her to be finished. And I believe all the parts, the Chanel trim, the backing, the ribbon, was all from Lady Dot Creates. So I asked Vanna to, you know, make that into a star-shaped ornament. And she did such an amazing job. And she loved it so much that she bought the pattern. Well, I actually gave her the pattern, and she stitched it, and she made one for herself and then photographed as she was finishing it. And that finishing is here in this magazine. So I'm really excited because I'm going to do a whole series of these star-shaped ornaments with, I'm going to do a Santa one, you know, all the Christmas goodies. And then that way you'll have all the finishing. You've got to get this magazine because you'll know how to finish them all. Can you imagine a cute little feather tree with a bunch of these cute little stars hanging on it? Oh my gosh, I love it. So, and she has a cute little write-up in here, but I'm not going to read it to you because I want you guys to read it yourself. But it's really cute. The fact that she, like, I'm going to tell you my side of it. So when I sent this to her, I mean, this is Vanna, right? Vanna can do anything. And I just assumed that making this star ornament would be a breeze for her. But she mentions in there that she's a little bit nervous about it because it was a star-shaped. And I don't know that maybe she's not done a star. I don't know, but it was just cute. Her little write-up is so cute. She's awesome. So go out and get this. They do have it at my Joann Fabric. I know they have it at Joann's here in Flint. I'm assuming your Joann's would have it as well. But, you know, just get the subscription. That way it's in your mailbox earlier than if you have to go to the store and get it. And you don't miss an issue that way. Questions and answers. Diane Moon, 4063. She said she's been watching for my cross-stitch samplers and she wants to know when they're going to be released. I have 4 samplers out there being stitched now. I'm really hoping to get them all back in before the Nashville market in March. So I plan on releasing those at market in March. For SNK House, I don't know, for Sneak House, I don't know. Would love to know if there's a pattern or how to with details of the yarn. Okay, so I showed you that chunky hand knitted blanket that I made last weekend that Jill taught us how to do when we were all together. Well, I think there was another question about it too. Yeah, Mountain Mercy, she says, or Mount Mercy, she says, tell us about the yarn used in your throw. So the yarn that we used, I purchased mine at Hobby Lobby, but I wish I would have purchased it at Micheals because the yarn at Micheals was actually softer than the yarn I used. And I'm going to insert a picture of the brand so that you can go to your Micheals or order online from Micheals and get yours. I used 10 skeins to make the size that I made. If you want to do something smaller, you would use obviously less skeins and then just don't make it as long as I did. Mine's 6 foot long. And then I started building, you know, I just kept, when I first started, I just kept making it until I got it to the length I wanted. And then you build it down from there, or build it, you know, from there to make the other, to make the depth of it. So I also wanted to ask you guys, you can look on YouTube and there's plenty of instructional videos on how to make that hand knitted blanket. But if you want me to do it, I would do it. I mean, I'm not a professional. I only made one, but it was so easy and so much fun that I would be willing to film that if you want me to. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do that or not. I will be making one when Ryan was over on Thursday. He loved that blanket and I told him I made it. He's like, what, you made that? And so I said, I can make you one. And so I'm going to make him a navy blue one. And Kyle unfortunately couldn't make it on Thursday, so he didn't see it, but I know he'll want one too, because I mean, come on, who doesn't want a soft, fluffy, warm blanket? So I'm going to make the boys one, and probably Bree and Eric if they're interested. So I'll have plenty of chances to record making it if you guys are interested. Bonnie Quinley asked, do you think punch needle could be used as trivets in the kitchen? I don't know. I iron my punch needle when I'm done, but I iron it from the back. I don't know. I would be afraid of getting stuff spilled on it, food spilling over, you know, I don't know. I personally would not use them as trivets. I'm assuming you mean trivets for like a hot pot or something that you want to set it on. I personally would not do that because there's too much work that goes into the punch needle to risk ruining it. But I don't know. I really don't know how high of a temperature it can stand, to be honest. I don't know. At Weed and Bang, she asked, could you paint the frame you have your punch needle on and finish it that way? And then she asked, do you iron punch needle? Okay, so what she's talking about is the stretcher bar frame that I use and staple my weaver's cloth to for doing my punch needle. You could do that. You would have to, here's the thing though, you would have to paint it first. You would also have to make sure it's perfectly square or it wouldn't look right. But the only thing that I wouldn't like about it is it's like a tongue and groove, and when you piece them together, there's like some holes there. So I mean, it wouldn't look great, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, you could fill that with putty, but that sounds like a lot of work. You'd have to do, if you filled it with putty and got it all painted first, I mean, you could do it. I don't know. I don't think I would do it though, because it's imprinted with Masterpiece, and then it's got, you know, 11 by 14. It's got that like burned into the wood. So I just don't know that that would look good. But I mean, that's a food for thought. You could try it and see how it turns out. And then do I iron it? Yes, I do. When I'm finished, I iron the back side with a steam. Shh. Move it over. Shh. Just to get all your loops, you know, nice, and because it kind of pushes them down, and you know, just it makes it a nice finished piece. And then I iron around it. I don't know why I do that, because you really don't need to, because that weaver's cloth, you trim it off and you fold it back anyway, so you don't see it. But I don't know. I go crazy with the iron. That's the only thing I iron is my punch needle. I don't iron anything else, guys. Ann Lunsford asked, I like your shirt. Where from? Oh, that's right. I'm trying to think what I wore last week. My mom gave me that shirt. It was long, it was gray, and it's really cool. It's kind of like a wraparound, and it comes up here in buttons, and it had all that fringe on it, and it's long in the back, and then it kind of comes up in the front. Anyway, it's really cute, and it was like a heather gray. My mom, when she moved, you know, she was getting rid of a lot of clothes and things, and if there was something I wanted, I could take it, and I definitely loved that. So thank you. Okay, Tammy Coyle, can you tell us where you got your light box for tracing your punch needle? Was it expensive? I got that as a Christmas gift from my husband, but I think he bought it on Amazon. He bought me a really big one too, which I haven't even used yet. That will be good for when I do like a large watercolor, if I have it sketched out and I want to trace it to my watercolor paper, but I haven't even used it yet. The small one that I use for punch needle, he bought me one, and then my son bought me one, so I actually have two of those, one at the studio and one at the house. And it was not expensive. It's under 20 bucks. So I'm going to have a link below where you can purchase that on Amazon. Marlene Zager, she said, would you consider sharing how you did the chunky blanket pattern? There you go. So one person wants me to do it. And like I said, there's already, you know, a lot of videos out there that teach it. The one video that we had that we were referencing when we were making that blanket, there were a couple things that she left out that I would make sure to include, because when I started mine, I left it real loose. My loops were real loose, and I didn't like that look. And as I worked, I was getting it tighter and tighter and tighter. So one end of my blanket's a little bit bigger than the other one. It kind of is shaped like this. But I like the more tight look. So that's something I would definitely mention, is you want to keep the same size loop throughout the blanket. Okay, whims of the past. I found some photos because I was kind of looking in this one cupboard for something to show for whims of the past, and I found these photos. And I mentioned this to you, I know, I don't even know what video it was, but on Flosstube I had mentioned this company that asked me to, all their products were made out of tin, and they were dimensional pieces, like 3D tin things, and they wanted me to, you know, they wanted to license my work. Normally when someone licenses your work, they, you know, make the prototype or whatever. But this company wanted me to make the prototype. And I remember I was in tears one day because I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I am a 2D artist. I don't work in 3D other than sculpting, but sculpting is a completely different thing than paper piecing. So anyways, I was making the prototypes with like cardstock paper. And, you know, I had to like, I don't know, I built it out of the stiff paper anyways. And my husband did help me with it because, you know, he's in sheet metal and he knows how to do all that stuff. So I'm going to, I found these pictures, which I'm thrilled that I found these pictures because I forgot half of the stuff I made with that paper. And sadly to say, nothing ever came of it. I sent all the paper prototypes that I made, and the company went out of business before they ever even created any of this stuff. But oh, it would have been really cool if they would have. So check out the video here. Okay, so here is Whims of the Past. I made all of these things out of paper, like a cardstock paper. And the company was supposed to make them out of tin. So when I got them all done, I had to send them to the people. So these are candlestick holders, like dancing snowmen. I had a painting called, oh, what was it called? Jingle Bell Rock. I think it was called Jingle Bell Rock. And it has dancing snowmen and they had jingle bells on them. Well, these hats, as you can see, these tall hats, they were going to be candle holders. So like tapered candles would stick in there. And then I made these cool ornaments. Look how old. This says Hudson's. It tells you how old it was. Hudson's was Macy's, has been Macy's for how many years now? So you can see there's little jingle bells on them, and these were ornaments. But as you can see, I had them, like, this would be a tin cutout. The feet would be separate. The hat is like a separate piece of tin. So I had, you know, and this was what they wanted me to do. I had to design all this stuff. And then here's another picture of the candelabras, or the taper candle holders. So obviously they would be made out of tin and then they would be painted. So the hats would be black, you know, like crackled paint. They were going to do like this primitive looking paint with, you know, so there would be color to them. I didn't have to do the color. I just had to make the prototypes. Here's another view. Wouldn't they have been so cute? So this company, I don't even remember the name of this company because they basically never even made all this stuff because they went out of business. I don't know. They must have been mismanaged or got in over their heads. I don't know what happened, but all of this work I spent making these things, they never happened. So I don't know if you can really tell, but these are 2 teddy bears, and their little arms were going to come around and be holding a tapered candle. Here's another angle of them. Maybe you can see it better. So you can just imagine those made out of tin and all painted with like primitive colors and stuff. How cute! I'm so sad that they never made anything because I would have kept it all. You know, I would have kept the samples for myself because I love stuff made out of tin. This is a bear. So this is like a grubby candle, and it was, I mean, it's probably I almost said 6 foot, oh my lord, 6 inches tall. So this dude, he's probably 3 foot tall, 2.5 feet, 3 foot tall. And he's got a little cutout of a star, and he's a little teddy bear. And what he's holding right there, I have a close-up of that. What he's holding is a little snowman. Look how cute that would have been. And then there's all 4 of the ornaments together. And then this guy, oh my gosh. I mean, I forgot, to be honest. I forgot about the teddy bear. The thing that stuck out most to me was the nutcracker. I remember making that. But when I found these pictures and I was looking through them, I'm like, wow, I forgot how much stuff I made for them. This cat is from one of my paintings, Santa Cat. If I can find those paintings too, I will insert photos of those as well. And he has a little wire with a little tin star coming off. He's holding a little tree, and he's got a little list. And I think the list, because he's Santa Cat, I think it was like the nice list, and it had kids' names on it. Here's another angle of it. So all these pieces would be, like, these are holly berries. All that would be separate cutouts, tin cutouts. Would have been awesome. And then, like, the stockings, I really don't remember making these stockings. But as you can see, this one has a little snowman with a bird and a star. This is a moose with a snowman on top, putting a star on top of this tree. And I've got like layers of paper, so that would be different layers of tin. Those would have been cool. And those, looking at the detail on that paper, I think those were probably 2 foot tall as far as, you know, the size of those stockings. Here's more. This one is a little angel bear, and then this one is another cat with a little Santa's hat on it. And then I also decorated the backs of those stockings. God, I wish I had the stuff back, because my husband does sheet metal. He could probably make these, and they would be so cool. So this is a little cat coming out of a gift package. This is Do You See What I See? So Do You See What I See would obviously be for the back of this one. This tall tree with all the presents, I'm going to assume would be the back of that moose one. And then this one, what is that? I think that's a little squirrel with a star. And that, I don't know. That might have been the back for this one. Yeah, because then the cat one, this cat one, that would be the back for the cat one. All right, so here's the huge nutcracker they wanted me to design. All made out of paper, and again, they were going to make it out of tin. So, like, there's layers for his beard. Little bird, that's so cute. And his arms come down, and he's holding a string of stars at the bottom. I have more pictures. Here's kind of a side view. Here's a view of the back of him. And there's little cutouts to make his hair look more realistic. And then there's my handsome husband standing next to it. So you can see it's sitting on like our coffee table, and Kevin is sitting on the coffee table. So it's, God, I mean, it was tall. Look, it goes above him. So I think I want to say it was 4 foot tall. But I just noticed this little mouse. Oh, it's not going to focus for me, is it? Here it comes. There's a little mouse on his foot. Can you see it? So anyways, all that work, you know, but that's licensing for you, you know. Some things you work really hard on and it just doesn't pan out. But I'm just glad I found these because, like I said, I have forgot I made like the stockings and that big cat candle holder and stuff. So anyway, that's Whims of the Past this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Wasn't that fun? Oh, that would have been cool if they would have made that stuff. Okay, weekly whims. My friend Kristen, we were at TJ Maxx when we were all together last weekend, and she's like, Teresa, these are those leggings I was telling you about. I'm gonna insert maybe, well, actually what I'll do is I'll just put it in the description box below, but this brand of leggings, they're lined, people. They are lined. Like, they're super warm because I love wearing leggings, but it's freezing cold here in Michigan in the winter. And so they're lined leggings. My second weekly whim is comfort food. You know, in the summer, we grill out pretty much every day. But in the winter, that's when, you know, you make chili and you make soups. And I made a meatloaf last week because Kristen had gotten a meatloaf, when we went out to the restaurant. It was like a big old thing of meatloaf over mashed potatoes. Oh my gosh. And I was like, why didn't I order that? Because I love meatloaf and I never make it. Kevin's not a big fan of it. So that's partly why. But anyways, I made a meatloaf last week and it was so delish. So comfort food. That's one of a couple of my favorite things about the colder weather. One is wearing boots. I love wearing boots and I love hoodies, and I love like this new jacket. I got this at Penny's. Penny's 50% off. I'm telling you, lots of sales going on. And then I just love the comfort food, you know, that nice home cooked yummy food that makes you think of your grandma or of your mom or whatever. Number 3, thanks to Tina, I don't know how to say your name, honey. Tina Havard, or is it Havard? I don't know how to pronounce that, but her and her best friend Geana, they have a floss tube called Stitching with My Bestie. Well, Tina mentioned to me about a YouTube app for your phone that you can go, when you go into it, you can look at all the comments from all your videos. So instead of going to your computer and going into every video separately and looking at the comments, this thing is awesome. So thank you so much, Tina, for telling me about it. I downloaded it, and because I had mentioned in my video, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, that I don't go back through my old videos to look for new comments. It's just, nobody's got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So this is cool because once I read your comment, I click the little heart. So on my phone, I can just scroll, and when I see one that's not clicked, I know I haven't read that one. So that was great. And also, if you do, which I don't, but a lot of people have commercials on their videos, it will keep track of all your analytics and all that stuff too. Okay, my last weekly whim. I got this magazine. It's called LTD Commodities. And I'm not even sure why I got it, how I got it. I must have ordered something from them at one point, probably online, so now I actually get their catalog. But I thought of so many of you. The Pumpkin Lady, she loves black cats. And Teresa Vanat, Kitten Stitcher, she loves cats. A lot of y'all love cats. And I thought of you guys when I saw this, because if I was a cat person, I'm not saying I don't like cats, don't get me wrong, I love cats too, but I am not going to have cats and dogs, and so dogs went out for me. But I love this set of dishes. Is that not stinking cute? There's a creamer and sugar bowl, there's mugs, the plates. What the heck is this little thing? God, it looks like an ashtray, but that's weird. Oh no, it's the cover. My bad, it's the cover, I think, for the sugar. Like they're not going to have an ashtray in here. Mugs, bowls. Look at this right here. This is measuring cups. Little kitty cats. So cute. And I did find something in here I want to order. Isn't this cool? For Christmas. I want to get it, and I want to put like I got really cool Debbie Tabot Santa figurines, and I want to put one in there with the trees and pine cones and some snow. That'd be cool. So yeah, that's my weekly whims, y'all. Whips. So for Wednesday, Whatcha Paintin Wednesdays, I started an angel. And I didn't start Donna Fidawa's angel, and I'll tell you why. Because when I paint hers, I'm just going to take, it's going to get done this coming week. I'm just going to paint it all at once. Well, for Whatcha Paintin Wednesdays, I wanted to show the same painting and only paint it during Whatcha Paintin Wednesdays so that you can see the progression. So I didn't want to start a painting and then the next week I'm on a whole different painting. I want you to be able to, you know, watch how it goes. So I just wanted to show you. I'm working on a 16 by 20 angel, and I almost got the whole thing, one layer of paint down on the whole thing. But so if you want to see, you know, the progression of this painting, then all you have to do is join Kristen and I on Wednesday nights for Whatcha Paintin Wednesdays. Tina was on there. Tina was on there commenting and asking questions and stuff. So thanks, Tina. I appreciate that. It was fun to see, you know, because these are all people, most people that you know. And it was just fun. I enjoyed it. And then my Halloween punch needle whip that I'm so bummed. It would be a finish if I wouldn't have ran out of molasses. Weeks dye work molasses. But let me zoom in a bit. There we go. I did, like, these stars were not drawn on there in the background, but I just drew the stars on and then punched them in the black and then did molasses around it, and then just kept alternating molasses with the black for the background. So when you're up close, you can see the variegation, but from a distance, it just looks black. So I'm waiting to get more floss, and I will have that done this week. Okay, I do have a finish that Kim Ezman, she stitched this for me, and I had a question on Instagram asking, let me see who asked that. Somebody asked me what the linen was. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I just like to shout out people's names when they ask questions. Now I can't find it at all. All right, here. Star Baumgartner. Star Baumgartner. She said, what is the linen, please? This linen is 35 count Weeks Dye Works tin roof. But this, I have no sense of like size. If you say, oh, it's a 4x5, I can't visualize that without like actually looking at a ruler or something. Well, this finished size was going to be 4.5 by 5.5, or 5.5 by 4.5. 5.5 long and 4.5 tall. And I don't know, I pictured it bigger. And when she was sending me pictures, I just pictured it much bigger. But it's so little and cute. Oh my gosh, I just love this. So I'm probably going to send this to Vanna and have her make it into a little pillow. I think it'd be really cute as a pillow. And I've got lots of quilting fabric for the back, so cute. So thank you, Kim. I love it. I think it's so adorable. All right, and now we're on to haul. So I went to Joann. I went to Joann's to buy DMC floss for the Mary and Jesus chart that I created that I still, you know, never pulled the floss for, and I haven't sent it out to get stitched. Well, I went to pull that floss, and of course, you know, it's way at the back of the store. So as I walk in and I'm looking around, you know, I should just have like blinders on, like they put on the horses, so I just can walk right to the floss, get my stuff, and go. But no, I'm looking around and I saw 50% off all this ribbon, and I went bonkers. So I'm going to insert a little video showing you some of my haul. So look at these amazing ribbons, and I got them 50% off. So make sure you go to your Joann's. These will be great to make for finishing, for the punch needle and cross stitch, for making bows. Oh, I just love them. Aren't they great? Oh, I love that one right there. This one's cool. This is Merry Christmas. That's fun, kind of a burlap look. Oh, it looks like a sweater or cross stitch. I love all the plaids. And then I got these two little things that I think would be cool if you made a bow and then you had those in the middle of the bow. And then one thing I forgot to show last week, one of my favorite purchases from our girls' weekend. Check out that star. Wow, it's so bright. Oh, there it is. It's LED, and they were like, they're kind of expensive, like $38. I wanted all, they had 3 of them, and I wanted all 3, but I just decided to get one, and I'm going to see if I can find those wholesale. I don't know who makes them, but I love it. And it's just going to hang there for now, but when my studio, other side of the studio is done, I'm going to hopefully have 2 more of those and then hang them from the ceiling. Fun stuff. Isn't that cool, guys? So check out your Joann and see if you can get 50% off too. I also bought just some fun stuff. These felted pieces, they're just pieces of felt. I think just for finishing, they would be nice. I love this burgundy and the green. And then I got 3 pieces of black, and 2 of them have like, it's sticky on the back. You peel that off and it would stick. So I think these will be handy for doing some finishing. That is it for haul. Okay, last week the giveaway was, the question was, how many whips do you have? And you would win the pattern of your choice from my Etsy shop. So I'm going to insert the YouTube random comment picker here. There we go. All right, let's see who wins this week. The winner is Patricia F. That is such a beautiful prayer chair. Someone will certainly treasure it. Whips, 1 quilt, about a dozen project bags, 1 cross-stitch sampler, and others planned and kitted up. Blue 3, and if there's another number, favorite number after 3, well, 27, which is 3 to the 3rd power. 'Cause math. Well, congratulations, Patricia, and thank you everyone for participating. And I love that some of y'all have some crazy amounts of whips out there, and then some of you are like me where you just kind of work on 1 at a time, or maybe 2 at a time. But thanks again for participating. So congratulations. All you have to do is email me. Right here is my email address. It'll also be in the description box. So just make sure that you give me your mailing address, and let me know what pattern you want, and I'll get that in the mail to you. So this week, the question is, how many trees do you decorate for Christmas? I only decorate 2 because I just don't have room for more. I used to decorate 1 down here at my studio, but you know, I was way more into decorating when my kids were little because it was more for them, I think, than anything. But 2 trees is plenty for me. I have 1 in the basement, 1 upstairs. And when this studio is all finished and complete, I might put a small, it'd be nice to get a little tabletop one down here at the studio, just so it's a little bit festive down here. But I know some people have a tree in every bedroom and everywhere in their house. And I don't have that kind of time, but I bet it's gorgeous. So that's your question, and this week's giveaway is this. Hold on. This week's giveaway is this cute little tin nightlight from Park Designs. I showed it when I did the unboxing, but isn't it cute? So there you go. And we didn't do the Chinese fortune teller last week because I couldn't find it, and the reason is because I filmed up at the house, and then when I brought all the stuff back down here, I couldn't find it. So we're gonna do that this week. Gotta find it all over again. Are you kidding me? Okay, so this week, Teal Elder, her color was teal, imagine that. And then she chose 7 and the number 2. So T-E-A-L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the number 2, tell a business story. Oh, this is actually funny because we were just talking about this yesterday with Kevin's work partner. After work, he came in for a beer and we were visiting. But I don't even know how this got brought up, but it's fresh in my mind, so I'm just gonna tell this story. I told you about the Books Are Fun blanket, promotional blanket. So what it was, in case you didn't see that video, is I used to work with this company, Books Are Fun. So Books Are Fun would set up at hospitals, like in the nurses station, maybe a cafeteria, I don't know where they'd set up, but in the schools and also in corporations. And they would set up these tables and they'd have all this amazing product and all these books and gift products and things. And people would come in and look through it and they'd place an order, and then the next week that salesperson would come and bring all the orders to everybody. And they were a huge company. And I designed a big fleece throw. I think I've showed it in my Flosstube before. I don't know, but it was called Old Friend. And all the Old Friend products I've showed you, the little stuffed bears and the little chunky books and stuff, you know, this is Old Friend. All these products stemmed off from that blanket. So they made this awesome fleece blanket, and it was a promotion. And what the promotion was is if you spent, I want to say it was 20 bucks. If you spend $20, you will get that blanket for $5. People wanted that blanket so bad. They wanted more than one blanket. So they were, their sales went through the roof because everybody wanted this blanket. So they sold, I don't know how many blankets they sold, but I can just tell you it was a blank ton of blankets, because I know the money I received from it, and I receive a very, very tiny, small percentage of the $5, like a tiny percentage of the $5. So I could probably do the math and figure out how many they sold. It was an incredible amount. So then my agent, how do I explain this? When everything started to get made over in China, my agent decided that she could go to China and visit these manufacturers, because over in China, they have these big showrooms. These manufacturers have these big showrooms, okay? So instead of licensing through a company, she was just wanting to go direct and work directly with the Chinese manufacturers to make product, and then we would get paid that way instead of having the middleman type of thing. So she was going and visiting over in China. Well, she went into this this one manufacturer. Unbeknownst to her, it was the manufacturer that created that blanket. So when she said my name, Teresa Kogut, they were all like, oh, and their eyes got real big, and they were going, oh, Teresa Kogut. So my agent told me that story, and she would, try to do it in an Asian accent. And I mean, it was just, we're not making fun of anybody's culture or accent. It was just funny because their faces lit up, like they knew my name just because of that blanket. I just thought it was funny. Funny stuff. So there you go. That's my weekly whims. That's my whims of the past. That is my Chinese fortune teller, my whips, my haul, all that stuff. We are done for the week. So thanks everyone for being here. Keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming. I love it. And I really hope to be able to get that speed painting video finished for the Punchneedle, because I think that would be really fun. It'd be fun to watch. I'd like to watch that because I love doing the speed painting videos, but the speed punching videos would be really cool. So there you go. And I hope to see you Wednesday for Whatcha Paintin Wednesday with Kristen. So it will be on my Facebook page this week. So this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, no, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it was funny because I didn't want to quit. Like, we were on there for an hour. And I'm like, I'm having fun painting. I don't want to stop. But so anyways, have a great week. I hope you get lots of stitching done, lots of punching, lots of quilting, whatever it is that you do. And we'll see you next week. Bye.